welcome in 4 o'clock on your Friday Eve. Summer heat is the story today. It sure would be nice to be that bird cooling off in Sloan's Lake. Our photojournalist Byron Reed caught a dragon boat in the water too. How cool is that? Getting us excited for the 25th annual Dragon Boat Festival happening here in about 3 weeks on September 6th and 7th. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Sam Shocker.
I'm Alexandra Lewis. Another day in the 90s, so let's get straight to your forecast because we are seeing some high fire danger in the mountains today. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin. These hot temps, gusty winds, not helping the situation much.
No, not at all. And you may have noticed, the smoke and haze a little bit better for Denver today. It doesn't look like it, but it smells like it. If you walk outside, you're not coughing and your eyes aren't burning quite like they were yesterday. And it's just going to be a pattern where the smoke and haze kind of come in and out. There's more cloud cover than wildfire smoke out there today. And the radar is actually a little bit busier with the chance for a few showers. But some of the storms over elevated terrain are also producing wind and lightning, which is not something fire managers need to deal with. My forecast high for today was 98. So far, I think we've seen 96 at DIA, not quite to the record, and I think everybody's okay with that. Current temperatures, 94 at the 9 News studios and 94 at DIA, triple digits in southeastern Colorado. So the cloud cover definitely helping to keep temperatures a little bit below that triple digit mark for many areas. Winds really picking up. You're watching in Broomfield, gusty there, Blackhawk, Boulder, Longmont, and out across the western slope and over some of the higher passes. So a fire weather warning, red flag warning out for half our state. Western Colorado and eastern Utah, low humidity, gusty winds, and again, record territory temperatures. Wildfire smoke creating air quality alerts or health advisories out in the fire zones because of that dense smoke. And the radar, we are seeing a few hit and miss showers, some not hitting the ground, others producing a little bit of lightning. That's again something we don't want to see. Temperatures are in the mid 90s now. Will drop 10 degrees come 9 o'clock tonight. Coming up, we'll have that extended forecast in detail. We have some relief on the way. I'll explain in just a bit.
Let's check in on these wildfires burning in our state. Containment on the Leaf Fire is decreasing as the wildfire continues to grow. The fire is now more than 127,000 acres. The change in size is because of better mapping done overnight, but firefighters are dealing with active fire behavior on the ground because of hot and dry conditions. Tonight, officials will be holding a public meeting at 7 o'clock at the Colorado Mountain College's Rifle campus. The U.S. Air Force is walking back its plan to give early retirement benefits to transgender members forced to leave.
Trans airmen with 18 to 20 years were allowed to take early retirement and get the same benefits someone would usually get after they've served for 20 years. And in May, the Air Force allowed those with 15 to 18 years to request early retirement as well. A little more than a dozen were approved before the decision was reversed. As 9 News reporter Jaleesa Irizarry shows us, it's leaving transgender members and other branches concerned.
An endless number of news outlets reported on it, the separation of transgender service members from the U.S. military. But behind the headlines, there are people
who just want to serve our country and that we still want to fight to stay and continue to serve.
Kara Corcoran is a U.S. Army major with 2 deployments to Afghanistan and more than 17 years of service under her belt. She's also no longer allowed to put on the uniform.
I'm not electing to leave the military. You're forcing us based on a policy to remove us from service for no other reason than amicus. And you're trying to purge us from a system that we have fought for.
Corcoran is currently in Kansas. Come Monday, she'll call Colorado home, relocating to the Springs as she waits for a decision on her involuntary early retirement from the U.S. Army. Like so many others, Corcoran saw the news of U.S. Air Force members with 15 to 18 years of service be denied early retirement. Those benefits would have included a pension and reduced health care costs for them and their families.
I have to be able to figure out how I'm going to be able to provide medically for my own children. It's nothing short of cruel and a deliberate attack on transgender people who are just, again, we just want to serve our country.
A country she fears may deny her those benefits. The Army has yet to make a decision on their applicants. So for Corcoran,
it's still up in the air.
But as she waits, she'll do so, looking past the headlines and into the heart of the story. The people.
We're just like anyone else. And we love this country and want to continue to fight for this country.
Corcoran stressed she has involuntarily separated from the Army because she's still fighting to stay. The Air Force says those who lost retirement benefits can still choose to voluntarily separate, which pays more than involuntarily separating. Jaleesa Rosari, 9 News.
Julissa, you just saying that statement alone, saying that she's fighting to stay, to fight for her country, when you have a lot of people that don't even volunteer.
Exactly. Yeah, that's something that I've really noticed with the individuals, the trans service members that I have spoken with over the last few months. They have so much pride for their country. This is something that they've been wanting to do their entire lives. So they're obviously devastated that they're not able to do it anymore.
Yeah. Julissa, thank you.
The Salvation Army will no longer run 3 of Denver's shelters next year. The city is still going through the process of picking an operator, but it will not be the Salvation Army. There are 2 shelters near Central Park that the Salvation Army currently operate, and another in Southeast Denver. That one is probably most familiar to an 11-year-old girl who was injured falling off of a top floor unprotected window ledge at the shelter. City council members received an email from the Salvation Army this morning saying the organization made the difficult decision to stop operating the shelters. Tonight on Next, our Marshall Zellinger compares the Salvation Army email with what we've confirmed from the city.